Welcome back to another episode of Todos Toman podcast. We're all back.
Oh,
We're back after a little break. Uh, Johnny Boy is back with us. Oh, well, actually, he was with us last episode. Con ¿Qué?
I was.
Oh, sí, 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 sí. Llegaste un poquito tarde y te nos enojaste, ya sabes, como siempre, pero pues ya. I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad we're
Thanks.
all here today.
Thanks.
Almost. We were all matching, dude. Pero
I didn't get the memo.
you didn't
Sorry,
get the memo. But
I
you're
didn't.
representing, dude. I think you're wearing the Tostoman t-shirt, dude.
I am. I am, dude. It's down.
¿Todo bien? ¿Todo bien?
Sí, just feeling a
Falta
little
de
rusty.
práctica, ¿no?
Sí, sí, sí. ya sabes. We're back at it, though. Yeah, vamos.
Vamos, muchachos, pues let's kick things off con ¿qué están tomando? I'm gonna take over, no sé la verdad ni cómo estemos in the schedule here, pero sé que I'm taking over Tasting Trials this week. So Miguel, if you want to get us started.
va, dude. Pues I have some leftover modeloros. That's how I'll be drinking. Watching the calories. Tratar de bajar la panza without doing much exercise, dude.
Mira, life hacks.
Yeah, dude.
God, if you're
way of
listening
thinking.
to me, no?
Positive way of thinking, dude. No, nothing wrong with that. Bata, okay, what you got?
Yo estoy tomando aquí un vasito de este whisky sour, dude.
Are you sure, dude?
Sí, güey.
Parece bastante orange juice, pero okay.
Pues es que I didn't want to put you on the spot, dude, pero esperando ya el hielo ya se derritió, ya. It's almost like orange juice, dude.
Pues ya que you don't want to put me in the spot, tenía a mi
no mames.
pero pues ya.
Por eso llegaste tarde, ¿no?
Ya me dio un poquito de sed, pero I do have some extra modelos lying around, so bien sudaditas,
Bien, bien, bien.
always it should be. So, pero sí, Romero, I know you said that we're not on schedule like we should be, pero you do have tasting trials, dude.
I do. Let me set it up here.
Bajen el volumen, ¿no?
Bajen el volumen, ya saben, friendly recordatorio que Tasting Trials coming up.
Oh,
So muchachos, I have Jack Daniels with Yakult.
damn.
Pero, so I had seen it before. I couldn't find the recipe, but pues let me hit play here. It's not rocket science, right? It's Jack Daniels, Yakult, pero el que yo vi llevaba poquito Sprite. So,
Oh, boy. I think they call that chorrillo, ¿no?
yo creo que sí, güey, la neta, ¿eh? No sé, no lo he probado. Aquí lo
I've
tengo
never
aquí, ¿no?
seen it with whiskey. I've seen it with other stuff, but never whiskey, dude.
I don't think I've ever seen anything with Yakult. Well, as far as like mixing drinks.
Oh, there's
Well,
a few.
I've seen one, but
Whiskey?
it was, I think, like a joke, like mix Yakult with beer or something like that.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No sé, pero pues aquí estoy.
Pues,
A ver, ojalá a ver qué es lo que va a pasar, no sé.
Cheers to your detox.
I won't lie, dude. I've been constipated for a few days, dude.
Goddamn,
like
dude.
I-
Okay.
I feel like I should have that.
You could have just had that without letting us know, you know?
No. You know, like
We have to know.
Put it out in the air. You know, para que todos sepan. You know, we share part of our lives.
So,
Güey,
Romero.
está rico, güey.
Híjole.
Y-
Va a estar peligroso este episodio, ¿eh?
Oh,
Digo, like I've seen it mixed, but it's with what is the Japanese beverage?
Oh, sí, un alcohol Japanese. Sí.
Yeah,
When I was looking for it, yeah, I came across that one.
I've seen that one, but I've never seen it with whiskey, dude. I don't know how I feel.
Do we have our
So
censor button ready, dude?
I was gonna say. I was gonna say.
Ahí está, dude. Wait, pero son two shots of Jack, the Yakult, como medio Sprite. So es el que usé. So es como la mitad. Dude, it's surprisingly good. Como que le da un pinche saborcito como a piña, almost. It's weird,
Yeah.
but it's
Piña?
good.
Did you use el Yakult de piña o el de fresa o el original, dude?
El original, ¿no?
So le pregunté a Carla, ¿tenemos Yakult? Me dijo, sí. Lo único que no tenía era Sprite. So I went to go get the Sprite. Llego y me doy cuenta que es, digo, lo veo and I'm like, I thought you said we had Yakult. And she's like, tenemos Yakult.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Y yo pensé que era el original, pero no, este es el Yakult, pero de fresa.
es un poquito más cool, ¿no?
Ah,
So, sí.
es el Yakult de strawberry.
Pero, dude, I recommend it, dude. I definitely... Depende cómo me sienta mañana, ¿verdad?
¿Qué va a
I
decir,
was gonna
dude?
say, mañana, next episode, dude. Next episode,
episode
we'll
les
get
digo-
one, dude.
Sí, si tienen que hacer un budget para toilet paper o
Dude,
nada
I was
más.
good. So you rated what's out of 10? Really quick?
Because I think it's a must try. I would
Cool.
say I'll rate it 8.5.
Said
Cada
must
quien
try.
sus,
I like
cada
that.
quien sus, but I think an 8.5 is like a drink you should try, even if you're not gonna like it.
Okay.
But I definitely like it, dude.
I like that. I like that you like it.
Gracias.
I like it already, ¿no?
Say, can't wait to have it, ¿no? Ya van a ir al baño, ¿no? Ahorita vengo.
Espérate, before we get too far away, a mí lo que me gustó, dude, es de que llegué a ver el partido de la América y como que ya huele a campeonato, ¿no?
Ya voy a la 15, dude.
Y sí,
No.
Y Miguel nos
Come on,
cortó
Miguel.
la inspiración, ¿eh?
No.
Bien, hater.
Yeah, so really quick on that, no? So yeah, America's in the final. Everybody knows this. Miguel, knows this. Obviously, he was watching the game. Yeah, dude, I honestly think they're gonna take it. I think they're gonna take it. Cruz Azul is playing really good, though. I'll be honest with you. Cruz Azul is playing really good. Yeah.
No, la
So,
15 la va a ganar Real Madrid, ¿no?
oh hell no.
yes to both, dude.
Yes to both.
I guess.
Como la niña de las tortillas, ¿no? Why not?
Sí, güey.
Pero vamos, just a little recap. I know we've been off a couple. Well, I've been.
We just
gone
skipped a week.
We skipped a week. I know it was Romero's birthday on the 11th of of May. I feel like
Last month, no?
Yeah, I was gonna say last month. I'll say last week también. Pero yeah, the 11th of May. Did you do anything, Romero? Just really quickly on that.
For the
date?
day of my birthday, no, pues it was awkwardly landed, and it has happened before, where it's like, pues obviously my birthday is the 11th, Dia de las Madres is el 10, and then right around the corner is Mother's Day. This time was like Dia de las Madres, my birthday, Mother's Day. So we were planning to host here for Mother's Day, so I didn't want to like go all out or do anything crazy. So I'm like, let's just go have some lunch with my parents, picked a spot, had lunch, and just kind of kept it chill. And then we just came back home and we cleaned the house. I cut the lawn, just, con mis dad shoes and mi little visor, dude. So I feel like a real dad, dude. Ya bien grandote de edad, ya porque mis rodillas no dan para más.
Yeah, pero was it the New Balance shoes, dude? Y con los calcetines hasta arriba, ¿no?
With the jean shorts
The jean shorts.
and the white t-shirt.
Tucked in, ¿no?
Tucked in with the belt, sí.
The belts.
But it has to be ¿cómo se llama? The Old Navy with the American flag, dude.
También.
Para que amarre, dude.
Sí, para que sepan.
Sí, güey.
Y aunque no me guste, ¿no? Ya al último me tomo una Bud Light. Ahí outside the porch.
O una Miller Lite, aunque sea. Do you guys prefer, if you guys had to choose Miller Lite, Bud Light? Is there anything like that you guys like? Or
I
Coors
think
Light? I know you guys said you guys like Coors Light too.
Nah, I think for me, I would prefer Miller Lite.
Okay. Megan, real quick on that?
They all taste like water to me. Pero pues if I had to pick, probably Miller.
Okay. Romero? Oh, Budweiser también. I guess
dude.
Oh,
Budweiser.
hell no. That's the last one.
That would be my last choice, actually.
My last choice would be Coors
Budweiser.
Light for sure.
Hay
It's
unas Coors Lights, unas chaparritas que venden in the glass. I don't know if you've seen those.
Like
Oh,
brownish or tannish color?
Sí. Ajá.
Okay. Never tried those, but I know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Pero
this?
yeah, for me, the last choice would be the Budweiser.
Budweiser? Okay.
Fuera de ahí,
Yes.
pues, lo que esté en especial, dude. No importa
Primero,
si tiene rainbow flags o
los
no.
ocultos, ¿no? Oculto over Budweiser, too.
Ooh. I think I might just go with the Budweiser just because, dude, I want to be safe. Oculto was had his its moment for like a week.
A few days though.
Sí.
Before people tasted it. Because the branding was cool, the logo was cool, y fue lo que llamó la atención. Pero you
branding was
taste it,
nice.
you're like,
Pero Johnny Boy sent me over some IPAs, dude, and I gotta say, maybe I should pull up the mix pack. It was a mix pack de Lagunitas. There were three que eran like tropical flavored IPAs. I hadn't tried those before, and those were pretty damn good, dude. Like, ese sí me las chingué luego, luego.
I've been meaning to send them fucking the wine that I had talked to you guys about. It was better than the one from Snoop Dogg. The pedo.
Oh,
And the time that he was home, I was like, "Hey, are you home?" He's like, "I'm home. I'm gonna be home." I send it over and make a order, and it said it was in stock, but then the lady, she just switched my whole order. She switched the wine and switched the beers that I had originally ordered. So I was like, "Fuck."
como dijo, mira, este de Snoop Dogg está mejor, ¿no?
And then I forgot which one. Roscaro, creo que
Sí, it was a Moscato.
Roscaro,
Oh, Red
one, too.
Moscato. Mm-hmm.
Which is, I guess, close, similar. It's really good wine. I like Roscaro también. It's really, really, really good wine. But nonetheless, yeah, that's what he got. Yeah, those are the ones. Yeah,
This Island Beats,
that's pretty good.
this one was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. You tried the little some the hazy. Yeah, you tried obviously in the IPA.
Pero era la primera vez que probaba estas de
Island.
Island Beats. Yeah, that's pretty good. I recommend that.
Hell yeah. I never tried that one, so I'll be on the lookout for sure. Guerreros, anything crazy, like anything that you guys done over the week or so that we've been gone? On the quickness though.
I went to the Fire game the other day.
Ooh.
They lost como siempre, dude. Like I think when I was there, the guy was like, some guy was telling us like, oh, like they haven't won in like a month or something like that.
Oh shit. Mm-hmm.
And then like pues ahora el sábado jugaron contra Columbus and they lost again, dude. So
Columbus
1-0 both times, yeah.
I think the Columbus one was un poquito más, like 3-1 or something like that.
Oh, damn.
Columbus is in the final for the Coca Champions versus Pachuca.
You see.
So they're they're ranked number 1 right now within North America.
MLS?
North America.
Oh shit.
Yeah. They're ranked number 1 overall, like over anybody. But yeah, so Miguel, anything you want to share?
not to just it's the landscaping. I noticed that my body is not meant for manual labor anymore. Yeah, like the 5 years of working in IT, dude, really took a toll. Porque,
Manual labor.
güey, no mames, it was nada más era cargar los costales de tierra. It was only like a total of maybe like 10 of them, and al otro día, fucking adolorido, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Especially if you're not used to it, dude.
Oh, dude, like Chiquis was making fun of me. She's like, oh, pues no que trabajabas en construction y que no que te decías esto. I'm like, sí, pero pues tenía como 20 años, ya. Y ahorita ya el cuerpo ya se amoldó, ya.
Ya se amoldó la silla, ¿no?
Sí, ya.
Literally, dude.
¿Por qué estoy tomando modelo oro, like?
Calories, dude. You watch your calories,
I do.
dude. I'm with you on that. Really quickly before we get out of sports, because I know we were talking here and there about sports. Man City, champions again. Arsenal was 1 point away, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Sí.
Yeah.
Did they ever do the supposedly I heard que iban a hacer una investigación
On Man City?
yeah, al Man City, yeah, son from Tottenham. Ya ves que falló
yeah.
Y que they were saying que it looked like he just que el adrede lo falló para que no quedara campeón el Arsenal.
I don't know, dude.
And I was like, I don't know, pero pues at the same time, pinche Arsenal perdió at home con West Ham. Que se pueden quejar, ¿no?
Yeah, no, that song play was obviously it was good, dude. It was a good play. But nonetheless, if you put yourself in perspective, like you're him, you get the ball, you're running, and you know someone's behind you, you have that pressure on you no matter what. So I just think it was just one of those. So, I mean, nonetheless, they're professionals, pero
vas apagando las luces en tu casa, dude. Está dark. The pressure.
feel a little bit of the pressure, dude, for sure. Pues va, muchachos,
Dude, y déjate eso también, o es el Leverkusen que sí se quedaron invictos.
they're fucking never losing, dude,
34
Never.
games.
Never losing, dude.
for sure.
34 games, dude.
Ya nada más tienen la final, ¿no? De la
2 finals,
two finals. The Cup and the Europa.
the cup and the domestic. It was a domestic cup, no? Creo?
Yeah.
Something for Germany. Damn, dude, that's crazy. That'd be nice, no? Honestly, that'd be nice to see him champion. And again, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I do not like Real Madrid, but nonetheless, I wanted a Bayern, Borussia Dortmund, and a Borussia Dortmund would win because of Marco Reus.
Dude, so
Mhm.
my favorite team from Germany is Borussia. So and same thing. I'm like, you know what? Borussia would have been an amazing team, pero pues siempre quitan todos los jugadores. Dude, if you think about it, a lot of the big players around the world jugaban en Borussia y de ahí salieron. But it's like, ya que it's Royce's last year, it would have been nice que ganara la Champions. Pero pues a la vez, I'm like, no, pues we gotta win it too, dude. So
Okay, dude.
Either or, I'll be happy. But obviously, I'll be happier si la gana, porque pues también ya va a ser la última de Modric, because they can only keep either
ya es
Modric
último.
or Toni Kroos. So since they can only keep one of them too, like one of them, they're gonna have to part ways, and I think it's gonna be Modric that's gonna leave Real Madrid.
Fire ass player, dude. Nonetheless, fire ass player.
Dude, amazing player, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. I could definitely agree with that. Okay, muchachos. So our main topic for today is. Oh.
He just has the finger right there, no?
He's just tapping his finger.
Ya le está haciendo efecto el Yakult, ¿no?
Main topic for today is splitting the bill.
Ooh.
So, are you guys okay with splitting the bill? Like, if us four was to go out, you guys co-splitting bills as friends?
Well, I think it's like quiero al menos que yo vaya con alguien or whatever. You're expected to pay your part, right? A menos que te digan no, yo te invito or whatever. Like cada quien like
Now I know, no.
their part. Well, no. Like for me,
Yeah,
like
no,
I
you're
know, like I expect that I'm gonna pay my part.
Yeah.
Pero ya a la hora de que traigan el bill, like it does get a little weird sometimes. It's like pones la tarjeta or like because cash, like we don't carry cash around like before. At least
No.
I don't.
Neither do I.
But
Luego
es que
muchas
ahora
de
it's
las
like, I'll
veces-
sell you the money.
Like somebody will put a card down and we'll just like quick pay or whatever. Pero sí ha habido veces que te dicen like, oh, I'll sell you y ese sell nunca llega.
Ooh. Yeah. He's throwing out my secrets, ¿no? Pero bueno. ahorita te lo mando, ¿no? No.
You should just text me, ¿no? Y ya.
Sí. I do think that it all depends, no? Like I know in this case I'll speak for myself and I'll involve you guys. I know that if I was to go out, or whether it's for breakfast, dinner, whatever it might be, with family or no family, it's just us alone or lo que sea. I know that we're comfortable enough to be like, okay, yeah, either I got you, one of the two, or yeah, you know what, you go splitting half, and yes or no. Either way, like I don't take it to offense if they say, if you were to be like, yeah, let's split the bill, yeah, like I wouldn't take it to offense. I do know a couple of people that yeah, they want to be very particular with splitting the bill along with specific cents. So
right, like con lo que, like if I only had 2 beers, why am I gonna pay for the bill when everybody had like 4 or 5?
I was gonna say, I think también depende de like the relationship you have with the people that you're out eating with.
Mm-hmm.
Por ejemplo, like if it's us four, like yeah, you know, it's cool. Porque I know that nobody es de los que like me voy a atascar porque sé que, you know, like
yeah, we're not gonna take advantage.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But there are people that, you know, like
Yeah.
they order knowing that the bill is gonna be split. Y entonces that's when, like, you're kind of like, well, como dice Rome, like if we're not like cool like that, like I did order like 2 drinks. You're over here ordering like fucking bottles and shit, So it's like, con tal de que no, um, no se aprovechen de la situación, I would
Yeah,
say.
dude. And
No,
go ahead, Miguel.
I was to say like luego, there's people, right, like family members, friends. I've had both. I've had family members and I had friends, que or coworkers. Um, like you go somewhere to eat with them, right? And basically, nada más ordenan like some little thing where it's like, oh, nada más like this little thing, and you're like, really? ¿Por qué no ordenas más? Like, oh, no, pues like they'll tell you straight up, pues es que no, like I only have like $5-6. And it's like, oh no, dude, like, si quieres just order the full meal, whatever, like yo te lo pago. Y después se pasan de mamones, dude. Casi ordenan como 3 meals.
God
And
damn.
yeah, that you're
Ay,
like,
dame el salmón,
no
¿eh?
shit, yeah, dude.
Give me some lobster,
Four
Like,
course meal.
Caviar encima, like, por favor.
yeah, a mí me pasa with one of my cousins, y me pasaba mucho with one of my ex coworker, and dude, I have so many stories about that guy, dude. Like, that guy, he was notorious for either leaving when the bill came or
Mm.
ordenaba la comida y se iba al baño y no pagaba, dude. Like, so like the cashier would be there just staring at you, like, all right, well, it's 24.50, and I'm like, oh, well, he left. What do you want me to do about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would do it on purpose, but somebody else would pay for him.
Because I'll be honest, like, como dijo Miguel, like, si por ejemplo dicen like, oh, like let's go out to eat, and I was like, damn, like I don't really have money. He's like, no, it's cool, I got you. Like I purposely try to like look at the prices and see something that's not,
Crazy.
yeah, too crazy. Because I'm like, pues me está haciendo el favor, like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like take advantage of it, and
I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever dealt with a situation like that where I'll be like, "Hey, I got you," and then they take advantage of the situation. I don't think I've ever been. I have been in situations where, in this case, like for example, yesterday we went out to a couple bars for my compadre Jesse's birthday. We wanted to go out for a couple for
Oh,
drinks
damn, when was his birthday?
yesterday. So yesterday being Sunday, obviously we record on Monday.
The
So
20th?
19th. Today's the 20th.
19th.
Yeah. So we went out yesterday. And I do know that, like even with Romero or the people that I'm really kind of like close with, I'll be like, "Hey, dude, I got you. Like, I got you in this round. I probably got you next round." And then I already know that he has
Yeah,
no
throughout
problem
the night, you're
Yeah,
gonna
recycling
rotate.
like
Sí.
yeah, and I've done that. I feel comfortable with it.
Mhm.
I also know that maybe we'll rotate like like how he's saying, and maybe I will pay twice, right? Like say maybe I get the first round, he gets the second round, and then I get the third one because it's my turn, quote unquote. And I know like we're about to leave. I don't mind that either. Like I don't mind being the last one to pay because we're having a good time. It's just about
Yeah.
like the time that we're
You're not
having,
keeping
the
tabs, but
memories.
you know that nobody's like purposely
no.
not paying.
Right. Right. That's what I'm
Mhm.
like. I guess what Tank was saying, que, o sea, no estar de abusivo with the people, especially when it's like, hey, dude, you don't have money, no worries, I got you. Come, like, let's hang out and
Or
have
it's
a
one
couple
of those
drinks.
things where like they're repeat offenders, por decir, de que like every time you go out, it's like
Dude. And now, just to throw it out there without saying any names, do you guys have people
Mhm.
like that?
That what?
De que
That take advantage. They take advantage of a situation where it's like, hey, I got you, come with me, and maybe it's happened once or twice, maybe twice, where it's like repeat
maybe
offender. They get Tank.
for me, it's not like not yes, repeat offender, right? In the sense of like not somebody that's gonna take like full advantage. Pero güey, ya sabes, like ese güey está contigo, you're hanging out, whatever, um, family member, friend, whoever. Pero sabes que if that person's around, like they ain't gonna put their part. So ya, ya como que tú ya vas con esa, like, okay, pues este güey no va a aportar nada, so I'll kind of like expect to, like whether it's myself or with somebody else, like split that bill because that person ain't gonna pitch in.
But
It's
wouldn't it
unfortunate, pero
be?
ya lo reconoces, ya.
Sí,
Ya
sí, sí.
mejor no le dices.
But I feel that also like it kills the vibe, no? Like, you and I were to go out, we know that
Mhm.
it's your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, lo que sea.
Mhm.
Like it's just the constant pure it's just a good vibe. But if you bring a person around in that state, right off the bat, I feel like fuck, like we're gonna go out, like and Tank's. I mean, sorry, not Tank. Sorry, like anybody.
God damn, dude.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Nah, not Tank. No, but that person's gonna be there. That person's gonna be there.
No, pues déjate mando mi credit card information, ¿no? Y ahí te cobras, ¿no?
Cóbrate, no?
Sí, güey.
No, but I'm saying like that's already starting off the day kind of wrong. No, like why would you even try to go to that? Or why wouldn't you be straight up and like, hey, we're gonna go out, like, and we're splitting the bill in 3 ways or whatever it might be. Why can't you do that, Romero?
I'm gonna take the liberty here and put a story out there, right? Que
And you
I
say
don't- I don't know.
as a main character. No?
Sí, güey.
You could just use Tech at this point.
Sí, ya,
Tech is
man.
the person, right?
Yeah, he's
No,
the guy.
so-
He's ese que
We
compra
went
todos
to,
los watermelons, ¿no?
Por eso no me invitan ya, ¿no? Like,
No, deja eso. We're talking about splitting the bill, pero like creating that uncomfortable feeling, like you know that this person, I didn't know this person. We go to a gentleman's nightclub, right? It is what it is. I think probably Tank and me know where I'm going here.
yeah.
Pero so
I
you
was
know,
invited, so I wouldn't know.
right? You
Funny
couldn't
enough,
make
I
the-
wasn't there. Funny enough, I wasn't there either. But I
Yo
heard.
tampoco. I wasn't there either, but I
Oh,
heard.
no? Romero went by
Okay,
himself. no?
yo estaba solito. I'm talking about myself.
Sí,
Um,
güey.
No, point being que pues we're at the strip club y pues estás ahí like tienes tu little table, whatever, you're having drinks, and you know the performers are there too as well, whatever lo que tú quieras. And they're like hey, let's go up to the where the strippers are. And this guy goes up there. The you know this lady performer is doing her best to put out a performance.
Lady
And then,
performer.
and then she's expecting a tip, you know, like que le pongas $1 o que avientes $1, lo que tú quieras hacer. God knows, I don't know what people do. I just watch from far away. But point being es que, pues, ahora de que si estás ahí sentado enfrente es because you have at least singles to throw, to put there, whatever. Pero va, se sienta ahí, and it's a row of guys. Todos están poniendo dinero, and then he's like, "Oh no, I'm good." So it's like that to me was embarrassing. Like you're sitting there front row, te está bailando la muchacha,
Yeah.
and then it's like okay, it's your turn to put a couple dollars in, and it's like, "Oh no, I'm good." It's like, well, why are you sitting there? Like now it makes it awkward for everybody else that's there. It's like, really? Like you go to the strip club, but you ain't got no money, but you're there to see the show, but not contribute. Like we're all trying to put them through college, you know?
Y por eso yo, ¿no? Ahí, blood, sweat, and tears, dude.
Fucking Tank, dude. Take some singles next time, dude. Oh, dude, I guess.
God
Now I
damn.
know not to take Tank notes to the strip club. No?
Sí.
Fuck.
Pues yo,
You
de todos modos-
could always go with Caesar then.
Sí, güey.
Oh, hell no. What the fuck?
A veces yo de todos modos nunca voy a esos lugares, dude. So, I don't know,
No.
dude.
I don't know, dude. Facebook says otherwise, dude.
Damn.
Facebook's a damn lie, dude.
They hacked you. No, they hacked
Sí,
you that day.
güey.
You didn't check in. That was
Sí. Era Romero, ¿no? It's like, por no ponerle la dancer, dude. Like, I'll put him on blast, ¿no?
Yeah, no, just a quick story, I guess, that I could share about that. It didn't happen to me, but I do know the person that it happened, the 2 people involved. I guess they went out to Vegas, and she pretty much just told her, hey, well, come with us. Just come with us. We have a room. You can stay with me and my parents. Like, we're just going to stay there one night. We're going to arrive at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're going to leave tomorrow at 12, let's just say. And then they're like, yeah, for sure. So they go ahead, they go, she tags along with them and the parents, and then they go ahead and go get some food. They go to a buffet. Buffet in Vegas are kind of fucking pricey, dude. They're like $70 per person. And so they pay for her. They pay for everything. I'm talking about the ride there, the fucking food there, and then the hotel. So they just wanted to go have some good time, and that's it. But then the following day when they're supposed to check out, I believe they go to the store, and I think I might be switching things up, but they go to the store and I think they buy liquor. Let's just say they buy a 12-pack. And the 12-pack was, I don't know, say $20. Out of those $20, she pays for that, right? The person that was invited. So she's like, "Oh, it's $20," and then she approaches the person that was the other person. It's like, "Hey, so when do you think you can send me the $10?" She's like, "Whoa, really? Like,
Hell.
you're gonna go ahead and charge me for the beer when I've told you just tag along, let's have a good time. Don't worry about the food, don't worry about where to stay. Like, I got you on that, and you're gonna charge me for
just the
that,
travel day alone, like
right?"
even food or whatever, but it's just with the ride, with staying in the hotel. Like ya te ahorraste un buen billete, no le vas a cobrar,
Hell yeah, dude.
pero
Yeah, you didn't
es
have
lo
to pay
menos
for
que
gas.
puedes.
And obviously the drive from here to Vegas is 4 hours. I want to say in gas total about 120. At least in
Mhm,
the car that I have, say 120 there and back. So $60 there, $60 back. And then again, the buffet, $70, dude.
mhm,
And that's all you can eat buffet. Maybe not drinks, but all you can eat buffet. And then if you decide to gamble, you could have $20, have it on singles, and then the people who just pass by, the waiter or whoever might pass by, be like, "Hey, you want something to drink?" As long as you're playing, that's
mhm.
and all you got to tip them is like $1 or two. Like all you're really spending to get drunk is $20, if anything. Oh, and I think they originally they had taken tequila, twisted teas, and like she had taken liquor to get fucked up.
Mhm.
So again, everything was covered, and then she was still charged the fucking $10
A beer.
for the beer. So it's like, damn, like that shit. That shit was like, that's fucked up for sure. Like, there's no
At
need for
that
you to
point,
spend that.
prefieres que, like, I would have just bought the beer y ya nunca me dieras nada a que me estés cobrando half a
Honestly, dude.
Half
Like
a
at
10
24.
that point,
Mhm,
Yeah.
at that point. But I know the way they approached it was pretty good. It's like, oh well, if you really want to go that way, let me tell you about what you
mhm.
owe me then. So she's like, the
Oh, they
gas
did?
here. Yeah, so she's like, if you really want to go there, I can tell you like how much we spent on the way here,
Mhm.
on what we ate, and blah blah blah. And she's like, oh shit, I didn't see it that way. But it's like, really? You didn't see it that way? It's like, I don't know. I don't
I would be embarrassed at that point.
That's
fuck
one of
that, dude.
those like I fucked up. Let me get my PR team ready. You know,
That was hacked,
let me
no?
issue.
See,
That
Put
was
them
not
later.
me,
Or
no?
hack my Facebook account. No,
see.
Es que una de
But
las cariñosas, ¿no? Got my phone and
dude, how do you guys feel about have you guys been on obviously before you guys were with your current partners, but when you guys were single and you guys were on dates, did you guys ever have that person, the girl, wanted to pay half the bill? How did you guys feel about that?
so for me, there's three people that I always fight with to pay the bill. Right, like I literally have to fight them and try to pay before they pay. Porque like I already know. So one of them is pinche Omar, dude. Like Omar, like he's a person that like cuando if we go out to eat somewhere, he wants to pay. So like usually I gotta pay before he does. The second person is Ernest. Ese cabrón, dude, like wherever we go, and then he has some like really like fancy taste. Like last time he took me and Chiquis to this Korean
Korean barbecue,
steakhouse.
no?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
you did say that.
it was just like wagyu beef, like all kinds of wagyu beef, and like saqué yo
That's
mi
expensive, dude.
tarjeta y se la di, and el mesero se me quedó bien like, oh, ya, the gentleman ya pagó. I'm like, ¿cuándo chingas pagó? They're like, oh, pues, like when he went to the bathroom, he went y me dijo, then here's the card, charge everything under this card. Y ya después fue al baño y se regresó. I'm like, no mames. So that's two, right? And the third one, which is to answer your question, is Cassie. Cassie's the very kind of person where, like, either she'll pay for half or she wants to pay for it. For example, si me hizo like, oh, like, vamos a ir a comer aquí. Like, ella quiere pagar either she wants to pay half or the whole bill. And it took some getting used to because I was never used to that. Um, but it wasn't until like I guess I understood her coming, like porque ella decía, which to her was more like,
I was gonna ask you what was the reason for her.
yeah, like to her it's like she's like, oh, I want to feel independent. I don't want to feel like, como like, oh, you're paying for all my stuff. Like I want to feel independent. I want to feel empowered. I want to feel this. I want to feel like I'm not depending on you for me pa que coma or lo que sea, for me to have a good time. Like I have my money, I work for it. Todo. And I was like, again, at first it was fucking weird for me because I was like, well, I'm used to it. I'm used to like me paying for everything. So it did take some getting used to. And even now, sometimes when we go out, it's like whoever pulls out the card the fastest. But I already know, like, I mean, like even
Even your hitters, you haven't developed the system where it's like, oh, this time you pay. Porque digo, pues ya después de tantos años, la misma
yeah.
pelea, como que ya.
So
You're taking your time reaching into your wallet, I think.
no. So we do. I say, like, for example, you see, let's say we go to the movies, right? And then after that we go get some drinks, and then we go eat. Like usually, like I'll pay for the tickets because I order them, through the app. She'll get the popcorn. I'll get the drinks, and then sometimes she'll pay for the food. So like, yeah, we alternate. But aún así, it's still like I'm gonna try and pay the most I can, and she has the same mentality.
Okay. I think there's nothing wrong with, I guess, the system that you guys are having, no? And I'm assuming, I'm going based off what you're saying, that you guys don't have the same, like a same bank account together, do you?
No, no.
Okay. Like with me, like I know, for example, on my end, like I know my girl wouldn't mind, like when we were dating, I know she wouldn't mind paying for me, and it was vice versa. Like I had no problem with it. And I think, yeah, in the beginning, I'm the one who wanted to pay for her, for sure. But now, obviously, we're together. We have a joint bank account, so whoever pays. It's like, oh, do you have your cards? Like, or literally, as Megan would like say, whoever gets the card out faster is the one who pays. But this is still linked to the same account. So does that count? No.
I see a TikTok video about that where the guy saca la tarjeta and the girl se la quita. It's like, no. I'm paying for you. I got you. And the guy's like, but it's your credit card is linked to my credit card.
Yeah, I think we just developed that system. But overall, yeah, it was rotating, kind of like what Romero had said. I think we would go out, and I remember we used to like this is before Camila. We used to like going out to like Long Beach, which is like closer to LA. We would like to stay out there, go to the aquarium, maybe visit another like a restaurant that we'd never been to, and we would stay the night there just to visit. Okay.
A la amiga Jenny, no es de Long Beach.
Oh, Long Beach,
Jenny Rivera?
Yeah. So yeah, Romero, you were gonna say something.
I don't know at what point I was gonna jump in, pero porque you guys mentioned about the same, like, link to the same card y todo ese pedo. Like Carla and I joined bank accounts really early on. So it was like el que paga y es la misma chingadera, right? But and at times, because I know she's an introvert and she like I think Mika, you talked about like you rather not like talk to your doctor or whatever, make appointments.
Hell no, absolutely not, dude.
So Carter's like that, right? She won't want to go and talk to people. So I'll be like, you can go ahead and pay. And she's like no. I'm like, you have my card. And she'll like, oh no, well here it is. You go pay. So it would be mostly of me just pushing her to like talk to somebody else than really, about paying porque. But yeah, like I think I can't even, remember like dating like is usually expected for the guy to pay. But I think now it's just kind of anybody's game. I would feel if it's a I don't even know. Like I think about like if I was to have a first date today, how would you go about it? Like I want to assume that I would want to pay, but at the same time, it's like now you have to be careful and not offend anybody and make them feel like some sort of way. So it's like, do you split it? Like it's weird. Like, I feel like it's weird now.
I think first dates usually is guy that pays, or whoever, because I feel like most of the times it's the guys who ask first, kind of like, oh, where you want to go?
Oh, el que invita.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh, pues yo te invité, so like I got this one, So yeah.
I've seen some guys say that if a girl, like if she offers to pay half during the first date, it's because she didn't enjoy the date, and that's kind of her way of saying like I'm not interested. So I've seen some people have that mentality, right? Where it's like the girl's like, no quiero que te deba nada. On one of those, like, I hope you're not expecting anything, so I'd rather pay for my stuff. Like, I think it's tricky, right? I think, especially it's the first date, you don't know the other person, so I guess you could take it that way. But at the same time, like there's a lot of girls that actually want to pay for themselves. Igual, for the sense of independency, the sense of
Which there's nothing wrong, obviously.
right. There's
nothing
there's
wrong with
absolutely nothing wrong with that, dude.
Have you
Pero,
ever done the so I don't know if I talked about it in the pod, but so my cousin came from Mexico. We took him out to ramen. It was my brother, my sister, my cousin, and I. So a la hora de pagar, I'm like, oh, yo pago. My cousin's like, no, 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 like yo pago, like thank you for taking me out. And my brother's like, no, I got it. My sister's like, no, 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 no se preocupen, I got it. So then we are going back and forth about it, right? Who's gonna pay? So then we just end up like giving the waitress all the cards, and it's like, okay, you pick who's gonna pay for the meal.
That's cool.
I seen that one. Yeah.
I think Tank
and-
sent me a video about that.
Yeah.
So we that's the only time I've done that. Joked around with my dad. Like a couple weeks later, we were having dinner. We were like, "Who's gonna pay?" Like, "Oh no, pues here." Like, "Well, let's split it then, or whatever." And then we told them about that, and it was like, "Yeah, let's put our cards together and have the waiter pick."
Mhm.
My dad's like, "Nah, nah, nah. Mejor como dijeron, ¿cómo nos dividimos entre todos?"
Dude, overall, I think that's pretty cool. Like that's nice. Like us four was to go, and it was
Mhm.
like, oh, well, let's pay. I was like, no, I got you. Or I just feel like with us, it would be more like, oh, well, let's split it even. Like
For
it's-
fun.
Yeah, we're
Oh.
just. Oh no, for
Like,
fun.
we
Yeah,
did
I'll be
the
down.
thing, yeah. Like,
I'll be
Mhm.
down to do that. Yeah, I'll be down to do that. Like I wouldn't mind paying like for some drinks or whatever. Okay,
but let's make sure we invite Ernest to the YG, please, dude.
yeah, dude.
Johnny Boy le va a poner un dot a su card. No, le va a decir, do not pick the one with the dot, no.
I'm gonna freeze my credit card at the moment. just in case I get us like freeze. No, I'm gonna be on my phone like freeze. Oh, your payment didn't go through. I'm sorry, muchachos.
I'm sorry.
Insufficient funds.
I guess you gotta pick the next one, no?
Yeah, it's like, well, pick another. But yeah, no. But yeah, nonetheless, dude, I just think it's either splitting the bill, whether again with his family, friends, or in this case, yeah, with the girl, might be like, como say, maybe like a little bit of independence, but it's just plain fairness, no, just being fair. We
Mhm.
all had a good time. We all had some drinks. We all, had some food. And at the end of the day, I just feel like it's fair for us to be like, you're cool with going half. And again, nothing wrong with me saying or you guys saying, "Oh, I got you." Like I got you this time. And even though I'm like, no, come on, let's do it half. Because I know with Romero, like it's been like that. It's like, "Oh, I got you." I was like, no, let's do it. It's like, no, I got it. I was like, all right, cool. Like I get it. Because I know later on there's gonna be a moment where it's like, okay, I'm gonna be able to repay that
Yeah.
favor. Where I could be like, no, like you got me last time, let me get you today, and that's it. But I believe it's more of a fair game to everybody in general. I did ask my cousin ChatGPT,
Shout out to El Primo.
why do we split bills? No, that's what I asked. One of the things.
Puta madre.
Por si no sabían, ¿no?
Sí. Es que I'm trying to be precise, dude. Okay.
Okay.
Dice, splitting bills is a common practice for several reasons. One of them being fairness, which I did talk about. Convenience. It simplifies the payment process, avoiding the hassle of one person having to cover their entire bill and then getting reimbursed later.
Eso sí, güey. I think entre eso de splitting the bill, I think it's if you have a large ass party and you're asking at the end for the waitress to break down the bill
Oh,
based on like
sucks,
families
no?
or individuals,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, pero pues el tip ya está included, right? It's like that's a little fucked up.
That is. Out there in Illinois, do they have that thing? The where is it after a certain amount of
I think after 6 people,
restaurants. It's certain restaurants.
There's certain parts nada más though.
okay.
Yeah.
I think here is that after a certain amount of money, that's when they charge the tip.
Mm.
They'll put the tip.
I
on
think
top
here
of
in
it.
certain places is after six guests, ya te pueden incluir el gratuity.
Okay. Number 3 out here, financial independence. It allows individuals to manage their own expenses without relying on others to cover their costs. Kind of what Miguel was saying. Budget management, splitting bills helps individuals stay within their budget. If you're into that stuff, you like to manage your money, that's a way. Avoiding disputes. Clear division of costs reduces the potential of disagreements about who owes what, making social interactions smoother and more pleasant. That's, I guess, kind of like what the story that I had kind of shared with you guys. Cultural norms. that does fall a lot into culture, right? I would assume in many cultures, splitting bills is the norm and is seen as a polite and respectful way to handle shared expenses. Expenses. You guys agree with that?
I'm not sure where in the cultural norms that is. Like, I guess for me, it's like, okay, well, if it's a guest, if you're inviting, if you're the one that's suggesting, like you're kind of willing to take on, you know, the bill.
Yeah.
But the guest also has like, look, thank you for inviting. Like, let's figure it out. Let's like I'll pay for it or let's split the bill. So it's just courtesy both ways in
Okay.
an ideal world.
Encouraging group activities, knowing the cost will be split, can make people more willing to participate in group activities, kind of like with the Romero situation, without the fear of being burdened by a large expense. Overall, splitting bills promotes fairness, transparency, and simplicity in social and financial interactions. Always on point, my boy. Always on point, dude. Can't ask for more, dude. But yeah, I think it's everything has been said, no? Or you guys got more to add?
And so what is your rule around tips?
Oh,
So yeah, you get the bill, whether it's you're paying your part, whatever it is. What's the rule around tip?
I have paid a whole bill before, and I have say I pay our bill, and then the person that I'm paying the bill for would be like, I got the tip, whether it's a 20, $50, depending on what it is. Like they'll leave the tip like as again as a courtesy. Damn, Tank. Got all excited for no reason.
For that
Well, I
tip.
don't know. I mean, that was you, no? You did. That was you. I don't think that was anyone else.
That was live, no?
See, that was right now, no?
Sí, güey.
Tune in, no, if you want to see Tank slapping himself. make sure to follow it. Yeah, Tank, ya, cálmate.
Y ahorita pinches views go skyrocket, ¿no?
Sí, de repente, no? It's like, oh, shit. Let me see him. Pero I don't know if I answered the damn question.
Partially, I think
Okay.
you partially answered it. I think Rome was kind of more insinuating, as in like, all right, is it like when you go to a restaurant, how do you do the tip?
Yeah, how do you figure out like the tip amount if it's not included in the bill?
Okay. So for me, based off of the service, I sometimes tend to be a little generous, especially porque a veces, let's say you do the calculation of like what's 20%, what's 25%,
Mhm.
y sale como unos $6, $7. I'm like, damn, honestly, that's little, right? So I'll give 15, right? And
But you give 15 even if the service was ass?
no. Like if let's say the 20% or 15% son $6, $7. Instead of leaving $6 or $7, I leave like 10 or 12 or $15.
Okay.
Porque se me hace muy poquito dejar nada más 6 o 7.
Right.
So, but again, it depends on the service.
That's what I'm saying.
Like if there's somewhere they're just like, you know what, like they're fucked up. Like we went to go eat somewhere. It was a little bit of a drive, and like we saw it on TikTok. Like, oh, it looked cool, the video. Cuando fuimos, the waitresses were trying. It's just they were really understaffed. Y por lo mismo, haz de cuenta que like nos movieron first to like the bar area until they found a table. Again, small restaurant. They put us in a table. They completely forgot about us for like 25 minutes because they were running around. Ya cuando, by the time que se acordaron, they're like, oh, so ya nos trajeron la comida. No nos trajeron ni cuchara, ni tenedor, ni nada. Like, and so we had to keep like trying to flag them down. Like, hey, can we get like utensils? Oh, yeah, we're so sorry. Yeah, by the time the utensils come, ya la comida estaba fría. Again, they were trying. It was just understaffed, too many people. And so por eso I was like, damn, like moments like that is like, all right, what do you leave as a tip? Because it's like, they were trying, but at the same time, it was pretty bad service that you got, right? So that right there, that's kind of where it wasn't an argument, but it was like a disagreement where Cassie was like, you know what? Nada más dale unos $3, $4. I was like, damn, se me hace muy poquito. Like I understand it was poor service, but it wasn't on purpose. So that I wanted to give like unos 8 or 9, right? That último, I was just like, all right, I'll just do 7 or I think I did $7. But like I walked out of there and I was like, damn, the bill was like 45, $50, something like that, 55. So se me hizo poquito compared to the bill. But at the same time, pues también, you know.
And I think you make a good point, right? Because there's shitty service and there's shitty service when they're understaffed,
Mhm.
and you can see that. You can see when there's only like 2 people serving and taking orders and passing out food and stuff like that. So you do take that into consideration. But what I can't take is a bad attitude,
Oh, no, yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I'll leave the tip, but I'm not gonna go above and beyond.
Yeah, that happened to us
like-
yesterday. We tried out like a
Mhm.
new restaurant yesterday for
Yeah.
Make about Jesse's birthday. We went out and we saw good reviews or whatever. Good ass fucking food, dude. Good fucking food. The
What type
first
of
time I tried, I with chilaquiles, but it was just different. Like the sauce, like the meat and everything was just perfect. And then this is the first time I actually tried café de olla on ice,
Oh,
on ice,
nice.
on ice, dude.
That's
Which is
interesting.
it was really
Estaba
good.
tomando
Dude.
su café ahí, skating around, dude.
Los lupos del Romero. It was really good. It was really good. They make everything in house. They have agua de tamarindo. That shit was really fire. They made everything in house or whatever. And it was cool because you go and they're like, oh, well, what kind of coffee can I offer you? El lugar se llama Café de Olla. He just said,
Oh.
would you like hot coffee or iced coffee? Café de Olla. They're like, or would you
Mhm.
like anything else? So yeah, you get your drinks and then they bring like a little cart of pan dulce. And you literally
Damn.
you get to pick it out and be like, oh, well, I want. What I think out of us 4, my girl was the only one who got a pan. So I was like, I'll share it with her. Sure enough, dude, the bread was on fucking point. Like the conchas look really fresh. What she got was really good. It wasn't a concha, I forgot what it's called, but it was really good. Anyway, we get the waitress, and then she's taking an order. She's really quick. It's really busy. It's really busy.
Mhm.
It's a small town or whatever, but it's and then there's a fair going on in the town too. We're really close to the fair, so I get it. It's busy. But I do remember I asked her. I said, "Oh," when she kept coming back every now and then. It's like, "Oh, everything okay?" Kind of like what they're supposed to, and they're like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, everything's fine, thank you." We did not ask for anything more besides, I think I ordered a Coke eventually, and then I did ask her at the end, obviously, right? Like, can I get the bill? I was going to pay the bill. It was my compadre Jesse's birthday, so I was going to pay for the breakfast, and then she did not say anything. Maybe she did. She did have a face mask, but it was just kind of like she looked at me and she turned away and just walked away, and I was like, oh shit, that I was I the only one who caught it, and then my girl caught it. Like the Jessies didn't catch it, but my girl caught it. She's like, what the fuck? Like she didn't even say, okay, 1 sec, or yeah, of course, give me 10 minutes or give me a second, whatever they say.
Be right back.
Yeah,
BRB.
yeah. So
BRB, no?
she came back, she gave me the check, and then in the bottom, it has percentages. No, I guess
Sí,
so. Say
the
25%.
suggested.
Suggested,
Or
yeah.
the- mhm, mhm.
25, 20, and I think it was 15. And I think the 15 was like $18 or something like that. Suggested again.
Mhm.
So I was like, nah, like I think I just left it like $10. Like based off of that, kind of like what you were saying, like with the attitude, I was like, there's no need for it. Like I get it.
Mhm.
And I'm trust me, as Miguel would say, I feel bad too, because I know they probably make minimum wage and they go based off themselves off their tips, right?
Mhm.
Like that's really what they make their money. So I really base myself off of that, and I really do think that. But if they do give me like a bad service, kind of like at least that was the breaking point for me. It's like not even I could have probably done the $18, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna give her fucking 10. Like, thank you very much. Like she really didn't have to, she had no hassle with us at all. She brought her food. She didn't even bring her food. She took her order. We asked her for a Coke. She brought us a Coke. She asked if we were okay twice, and then asked her for the bill, and that was it. That was literally our interaction after her taking our order down. So
How do you guys feel about and I think Tank, I think you guys talked about this a little bit, and shout out to Que Dice Público.
shout out to them.
Um,
I love them.
they criticize Tank for accidentally giving us shout outs sometimes, but
If they
accidentally.
only knew that Tank doesn't talk here compared to how he talks over there. But anyway, they just need to listen to us so they could see.
Point being is,
Aquí
how do you
esperando,
feel
a ver,
about
a
the
mi rey.
screen?
About the
when
what?
you're picking about the screen, when you're picking up an order, or yeah, it's an order to go, or you go y nomás te dan la comida, pero te voltean la screen so you can pay, and then the first question
Oh,
is
Would you like to
it's
tip?
tip. Would you
Mm.
like to tip? At that
Well,
point, what do you do? Because Tank, I think you guys do this also at the with the coffee at the flea
the
market,
coffee
no?
place. Yeah.
Yeah,
First
or
to answer,
farmers market. Sorry.
first to answer Johnny Boy's question. Es que aquí esperando a ver que like, oh, y tú Tank, pero pues
Oh,
it never comes to it. So I mean, pero yeah, ya que me preguntaron así, dude, ¿cómo se llama? Like, it is awkward, being on the other side of it. Like,
But
oh,
you love it.
what?
I said, but you love it.
Well, I mean, pues sí, güey, porque pues it benefits you, right? Like
Yeah.
as a cashier or barista or whatever. But it is awkward porque hay gente que sí se molesta, kind of like, oh, like no mames, like they'll like you hear all type of shit like, oh, like tip for like making a coffee, like and shit like that. Yes, so it is awkward. And I was actually gonna ask, like, ¿cómo se llama? Like, is it, ¿cómo te dijera? Is it también on the owner's part de que no le paguen suficiente a like people? Because some people do feel like that's ¿cómo te dijera? Um, a hassle as far as like I'm paying for my food, and on top of that, I still have to pay extra for, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Pero, like, for example, just to add like to throw another question on top of that. Wait, hold on.
All right. Primero answer the questions.
Ah,
With
fuck.
this is a tres leches cake, dude. That's
Sí.
the third question coming on.
Es que I was gonna say, like, for a coffee, like in this case, in Tank's position, like he is making the coffee. There is some sort of service from him making my coffee.
Güey, y
And
cuando te
then,
da el café, te da un besote, dude. So,
no, también una nalgada, ¿no? Diría el tanque acá, échale.
Ooh. No,
Nalgate, tanque.
I,
Ay, tanque. ¿Cómo gusta que le hagas caso?
y también like how you guys were saying, like based on service, like a lo menos for me, like I understood that where it's like, all right, like si les doy a good service, dude,
Ay.
it is gonna like like benefit me porque like like they're gonna feel generous and they'll be like, all right, well he did a good job, like he made us feel like welcome or like
Sí.
made us feel good y todo el pedo. So like yeah, um, but yeah, like I don't know, like it is, te digo, like it is a bit awkward, especially because a lo menos a nosotros, like they were kind of tell us like, oh well, like to increase tips, porque antes nomás teníamos like a tip jar, and then they added it to the little ¿cómo se llama?
The POS
Yeah, the POS, where it's like as soon as you flip it, the first thing that asks you
tip.
was that. And the reason why was because they're like, we want to get more tips for you guys, pero les vamos a bajar el sueldo, and we're gonna make up with it with the tips. Por eso te digo, like, and I think like también like waitresses, busboys y todos ellos, like les pagan bien poquito, and
Yeah, minimum.
they expect the people that go and like your customers in this case, por decir, like to compensate them when the restaurant could be making un chingo de dinero and pay them a fair wage from the beginning.
But for example, with you, when you would serve the coffee and you would turn that POS around or lo que sea, and say they would tip you, say $2, $1, lo que sea, you would get that tip though? Like you were logged into that POS, or that was a POS that all of us four could use.
So it was a POS that all of us four could use. Y de ahí they would split it evenly.
Oh, it was a pot eventually.
Damn.
Yeah, porque a veces, like, por ejemplo, a veces it was just one person cashier all day and like two people doing the drinks. And then like maybe the next week another person would be cashier and then like other two people would do the drinks. So they would just like based on the hours, te daban primero like the equivalent of whatever wage te decían, and then everything that was left lo dividían entre ustedes tres or how many people were working at that station.
I guess that kind of makes sense because, like, if I put myself where my question was going was like, if I order something at a restaurant and I go pick it up and they ask me for a tip, I'm assuming what you just said that it's a pot because who really does it? Like, who if I do decide to leave a tip, is it going to go to the person to cook my tacos or my torta, whatever it is, or is it a pot eventually from
pot,
just the it's a pot, right? Okay, from all
Yeah.
the people that picked up from
I'm assuming from all the workers.
Okay, so and the reason why I say is because Solo used to work as what
Busboy.
was he, like a busboy, right?
Yeah.
And when they would tip, the waitresses would share their tips with the busboys and like the los que lavaban los platos and all those. So like they share all the tips. I mean,
But I think it would go based on percentages. Like the
Mhm.
busboys would get less of
Yeah.
a percentage than the
yeah,
waitresses.
I guess. I
Yeah.
know my girl's cousin works at the casino nearby, and she's the person who pays out. I don't know her title, but if you win in the slots or
Mhm.
whatever, and you win,
When you cash
like,
out,
and you
she's
cash
the one
out,
that gives
say
you the.
the cash, right?
Mhm.
I think it's only a certain amount of cash. Like she can't give out past a certain amount. But anyway, once say you win $1,000, and out of those $1,000, you tip her $100, right? So that $100 does not go directly to her. Eventually, the people in her team, whether it's 5 or 10, I don't know how many it might be, it's all a pot. So she'll
Mhm.
put in those $100 in the pot, and then and then at the end of the shift, whatever group was there working at that moment is going to split that tip. Keep in mind it's a casino, so you might have won $1,000, but Tank won 15,000. So he probably tipped $1,000 to me, but technically it's to the pot. And then, but
Everybody gets a piece of it.
yeah, again, it's a
Mhm.
casino, so
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a fair, it's a pretty good
Yeah.
amount of money for everybody at the end of the day. But
Pues también there's always that rumor where, like, I've heard it, where it's like, oh, like, mejor te lo doy en cash, porque I don't know if you're really getting this tip that I'm giving you.
Oh, if you do the
Yeah.
card, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys asked that? Like, he's like, oh, is this tip going towards you though, or is it gonna? Have you guys asked that question? Because I think I've asked it. I can't remember where. I don't know if it's been like at a bar or wherever. It's like, oh, well, I'm gonna tip you, but is this gonna go towards you, or is it gonna go like towards everybody? Have you guys asked that question at all, or
I haven't.
No.
no? Roberto?
I think I don't think I've asked, but not necessarily at a bar, pero if, for example, Mexican restaurant, my parents and I we will go to have dinner. Se paga, and it's like, okay, well, I got cash, I'll pay tip. Um, the whole thing of like, you no longer leave the tip on the table. You go and find your
Mm,
waiter
Oh,
or
se lo das, yeah.
waitress y se lo das directly to them.
yeah.
Porque también I've heard other places that even though you have the waitress, whether that's the owner that becomes the bus boy and they clean up and shit like that, like the owner ends up pocketing those tips
Yeah.
and not
okay.
sharing it with the waitress and the waiters and the staff. So I think whenever that's the case, I tend to make sure that the whoever took care of us gets the tip if it's in cash.
Yeah.
If nobody has cash and we have to put in the card, it is what it is. Pero if it's cash, intentionally give it to the person that took care of you that night, that morning, that day.
Okay. That's fair, dude. That's pretty fair.
Pero when
Pero?
I asked about the
tip?
tipping on the POS system,
Mm.
I was like talking about like when you go pick up your food, like they're not servicing you. All they're doing is you're just paying for that transaction. Do you
Right.
feel like you need to leave a tip at that point?
I don't.
No.
I don't. I never lived.
And I think it's
lived
more
like that.
common now to say no, but when that first rolled out, I was like, fuck, I felt some sort of way about putting no tip.
Really?
Yeah, like at the beginning, like now it's common, but at the beginning it was hard for me to be like fuck, I don't want to be like an asshole and not tip, but I'm like, you ain't providing a service, you're just cashing me out.
You know
I
what?
think
Like
I was gonna say
Mhm.
another place I don't really tip bien is the Chinese buffets, dude. Because at least the ones I go to, the one I go to by the house, like
Mhm.
te terminas el primer plato y ya te están casi corriendo. They're like, oh, thank you. And I was like, no, like I'm just
Oh,
sitting
really?
down.
I just feel like they really don't know English, dude. So there's like, oh, make sure to thank them, dude. Like, I think
No
that's
way, like, o sea, te dicen thank you, like, kind of like, oh, gracias, thanks for coming, like, kind of thing.
you think so,
Yeah,
Y le están limpiando tanque acá su bigote y todo. Ya.
sí, güey.
dude.
That
So
type of fortune cookie, yeah, like, okay, bye.
I have a question for Tank. Out of 10 people that you would do a coffee for, how many would tip you approximately? Out of 10, you don't gotta give amounts. Just out of 10 people,
No,
how many
yeah.
would tip you?
And I think it depends on the location, because some neighborhoods, they were better tippers than others.
Makes sense.
And I don't necessarily would say richer neighborhoods would tip more. Like, a veces the richer neighborhoods, like, eran más tacaños, like, where they'll be like, out of 10, we would probably only get like one person tipping.
Out of
And
10.
then, yeah. And then, like, neighborhoods that you wouldn't expect, like, they're obviously not low income, but están more in the middle. Like, they would be a little bit more
Tip you.
generous, and like you'll get like 5, 6 people tipping.
Okay. Question for Romero and Miguel. If you guys were to go to get yourself a coffee at a farmer's market, would you guys tip the barista?
I'm more inclined to give a tip at a farmer's market than if I was, and we
Or
talked about
Starbucks?
this, unfortunately. Like Dunkin', like I like Dunkin', pero they also don't make it that easy, right? Because Dunkin' is it's a coin flip. Like, you could get good service or bad service.
Yeah.
Starbucks, if for the most part, I'll whenever I buy Starbucks is through the app, and they remind you, hey, do you want to give a tip, like, 20 minutes after you picked up your order or whatever.
Yeah.
But whether it's fortunately or unfortunately, whether it's fake or real, but at the end of the day, you get good service. Like, they're really
Yeah.
hyper and cheery, and it's like a little bit, it's like, tone it down. It's not that great of a morning, pero
Yeah.
they do provide a good service. So no me cuesta darles $1 or that $2, whatever they recommend the tip would be. Pero yeah, like at a farmer's market, I'm more inclined to be like, yeah, like, okay, I'm willing to give that $2-3 tip.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I've noticed, like, I don't go to Starbucks often, but I've noticed the times that I've gone has been pretty consistent as far as like the drinks that they make. And Dunkin', como dice Romero, it's a coin flip where it's like, is it gonna taste good or is it not? Like, y me ha tocado, like, like, from both spectrums, where it's like, a veces ni siquiera es like the guy preparing, a veces el coffee itself. You're like, damn, this tastes like,
This is from yesterday, dude.
yeah. So it's kind of like,
Yo
también
aquí en la
Yeah.
casa me esmero mucho todas las mañanas en hacer el café, de a ver si me dan un tip, pero pues no.
Es que te hace
You're
falta
the-
tu
you're the
little
only one
tablet,
awake,
dude.
Romero's the only one awake. No, he's looking around like, well, John Travolta in the movie. Knows like, Miguel.
Yes, it's
Just to
right
answer the
there, no.
question, would you tip a barista at a farmer's market, or have you whenever you get coffee in general? I guess.
Mm.
Do you tip?
So I tend not to tip when it's a large franchise. Like, if it's a large franchise like Starbucks, what's it called? Dunkin' Donuts, so that I tend not to tip there. If it's through Uber Eats or anything, I feel like you do, because it's te lo van a traer. Like, so that's the driver. But if it's a small mom and pop, or like, like kind of like a small business, farmers markets are considered small business, right? Normally,
Mhm.
I do tip. And y luego más, one is like based off of like the atmosphere that they give. They're like, oh, they don't have to be cheerful.
Yeah.
Pero a simple little conversation like that shit, it'll definitely, I will tip. Um, pero yeah, like, so small and pop, I tend to, um,
Beg
pero
no.
like big stuff, no. And like Tank was saying about the Chinese buffet, like, obviously me and Tank go to the Chinese buffet with my dad. I always feel very awkward when we go with my dad, because he's like, oh, I'll leave the tip, and his tip is like $3 or $5, right? Like, even if we go out to eat somewhere, like my dad's a very like low tip person,
Yeah.
and it's like fuck. So it's just
I
like
think that is the
have to take
cultural
it out,
piece. I think
I was
and I
gonna
have
say
to
that,
put
dude.
I
I
have
was
to
gonna
put
say
more
that.
money because I was like, damn.
That is
Or no, it's
cultural.
just I throw an extra 10. My dad would be like, oh, pero why? Like I already put. I'm like, no, it's fine, it's fine. He's like, no, it's mucho. I'm like,
It was
it's fine.
150, no? The bill
Sí.
was 150. It wasn't
Dude,
30, 40.
it's better than one of our aunts, dude. She only puts like $2, dude.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, one of our
I was
aunts,
like, fuck, dude. Like,
Again, I remember that being
No
the
shame,
cultural
dude.
thing. Like, ibas y comías tacos y dejabas $2, $3, on the
Yeah.
table. But as I grow older and like you look at the tip at
total amount.
the amount that you spend or whatever the check amount, and then it's like, well, you do the 20%, the 15%, and it's like that shit was not $2. Like,
Yeah.
why are you
Yeah.
leaving that on the table?
But do you think that's a cultural thing or a generational thing, though? Porque pues
Oh,
antes,
generation, mostly generational thing,
yeah.
I think.
Because I was like gonna say antes $2-3 was like a good tip, back in the like third times.
Yeah.
Like,
Because what I'm saying is, like, for example, Romero made a question. It's like, do you guys tip when they turn the POS? Blah blah blah. Right? That was the thing. And I said no. 100%. I said no. I don't tip.
Mhm.
But tell me when I go to a bar, I tip there. And if you really think about it, like,
It's the
yeah,
same thing.
exactly, it's the same thing.
It is,
And
I
they're
feel
not
like
even
it's not.
under a hot stove, dude.
So I
Right.
feel like it is not for one reason where it's like when you tip at a bar, you tip pretty well.
I tip $2 for
No,
a
no,
dollar or
but
two for like a beer.
for example, like, let's say you buy a bucket or you buy a round. So like if you tip and you tip pretty well, the bartender se va a acordar. So when there's a whole bunch of group of people, te
Ah,
acercas, right away says like te hace más caso. Like that's why I do it. The first time, bro, it's a pretty big tip. Ya de ahí it goes like little más menos. Ya si estás pedo, pues ya es más, ¿no? Right? Pero
I don't know, dude. I still feel like it's the same thing what Romero had brought up with the restaurants as at a bar. Because Romero saying like, oh well, you're just there to pick up, right? And Romero just said it's like not under a hot stove. Like nonetheless, you're cooking, like you're doing the whole service, pretty much the same thing as the drink. Like, yeah, you're visually, physically seeing that they're making the drink for you. And maybe you didn't see that they were
Or
making your
sometimes it's
tacos for
just
you.
popping the bottle, dude. Like,
yeah.
there's
Or
nothing to
sometimes
it.
just right. So I leave $1 or $2 for that. That's crazy. I
yeah,
just thought about it right
if
now.
it's beer, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's beer, yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're gonna leave 50 cents, dude. Like,
No. But nonetheless, I gotta leave nothing for my tacos.
You got change,
and,
no?
and then keep in
Mhm.
mind that for the drinks, like right now, I tell you, if I go pick up food, it's for 4 people. I have
Mhm.
me and my girl, and then my 2 girls. But then if I go to a bar, it's just me and my girl.
And that's
I
it.
feel like-
It could just be me by myself, dude.
Oh,
On any given Tuesday.
I think the difference is if you were to dine in, you tend to leave a tip versus if you just
Yeah.
pick up. You work at a bar, you sit down.
But we're just picking
Yeah.
up though at the bar though. You go to the bar, it's not no. Like for example, like literally going to the bar, picking up your drink, and then going back to mingle and sitting down or whatever. Then I'm gonna go back.
There's
if I
no
wanna
real
refund-
service being provided outside of that transaction.
Yeah,
right? Like,
either
All she's
you're the
doing is
bartender.
like opening your beer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, and then if you're picking up food, like you had 4 people working on your order, but you're picking up and you're still not tipping. I guess that's what we're talking about, right?
right. Yeah. And what I'm saying again, like I'm picking up food for 4 people,
Mhm.
so that's a workload. Nonetheless, like say I'll do 5 tacos, my girl does 4, the girls does 2 and 2. Nonetheless, I don't know, 10 tacos total. And then
Mhm.
for drinks, it's just I'm paying for 2 because I'm not obviously the girls are young. I'm not gonna buy them drinks. It's just me and my girl, and it's 2 beers, like Romero said, like
Sí.
click, that's it. And I'm tipping there, but I'm not tipping for the food. Like, is that fair?
For me, it goes back to the little role I have where if it's small mom and pop, I do, including bar. But if it's a big
But
chain,
what's a big chain for a bar?
for a bar,
You're talking
Uh,
about small pub. So what's a big
okay.
chain for a bar?
for a bar, I would assume like
If you go to Buffalo Wild Wings,
yeah,
bar.
Buffalo. Well,
No, that's a franchise. That's still mom
yeah,
pop.
that's a franchise. No, that's not a mom and pop anymore.
Yeah, that's
franchise,
not a mom and pop.
It's a
franchise, not mom and
franchise.
pop. No, yeah, exact franchise is like yeah, a big one. It's como McDonald's, dude. It's como like
But I'm saying
you
like
tip at
it's a
McDonald's.
bar though. At the end of the day, it doesn't like it's still a bar.
Pues
You're still
sí.
paying. You're still paying. Like you could go to Buffalo Wild Wings and sit at the bar and order that drink, and then you could go to the corner bar and order that same drink, and nonetheless, it's still a bar.
Es lo mismo que like
But this is what Miguel is saying. He wouldn't tip at Buffalo Wild Wings. He will tip at the
No?
corner bar.
Mm,
No,
he didn't even say that.
I think I would tip at Buffalo Wild Wings. I haven't gone there in years though.
I
I haven't
Buffalo
gone
Wild
there
Wings, dude.
years.
we should go. We should go soon.
Yeah, we should go. We should go someday, dude. Yeah, we should go
Um,
someday.
Tomorrow,
On
no?
Sunday.
Someday soon.
to throw a curveball, and I'm not, we don't have to get too much into it, but what I recently found out, or not found out, and I could be wrong, TikTok, Instagram Reels, whatever. When you go, let's say to McDonald's or what is that?
Drive through, dude.
No. I'm thinking of like chain restaurants or whatever. like,
Burger King, Chick-fil-A.
point being is like if you round, like, do you want to round up?
Oh,
Ah,
I would
I-
normally, I usually would be like, yeah, fuck it, round it up. Like,
I heard you're
donate
supposed to
the,
say no,
the
yeah.
20 cents, 40 cents, whatever to charity.
What have you heard, dude?
And even though that's like, yes, that's my inclination, like, sure, donate that money to charity. For them, it becomes a write-off.
Yeah, it's a write-off.
yeah.
And I'm like, that's a little fucked up. Like, but then it's like, if I don't do it, that money's not going to charity either way. Unless I make it an effort to be like, oh, give me those 45 cents back and I'll donate them to charity once I
Yourself.
add up a good amount.
And then
No,
I
mames,
write it off, no?
Yeah,
It's
Romero,
like,
go
it-
on up to
you can.
45 cents.
Right? Yeah, you
Ven,
can. You
aquí
can.
está, no?
But yeah, but if I'm like, if I give that shit to McDonald's, to them for that one day, it could be $2,000 that they're gonna write off just for one day. And
Yeah.
and it's like that, big corporation taking advantage of that donation
Mhm.
Yeah.
to do a write-off.
Dude, I heard, speaking of like the donations, is that
Mhm.
say, they have different places to donate. Let's just use, in this case, let's say St. Jude. They'll be like, oh, would you like to donate, round it up to whatever cents to
Mhm.
St. Jude or whatever, would you like to make a donation, right? That's what they ask. Whether it's a yes or a no. I heard that they already made that donation to
Oh,
St. Jude. So if it was
So
$10,000,
they're just trying to add up to their
they're trying to
goal is to make
recover,
it.
Yeah.
to recover that $10,000. That's what I heard. Whether it's true or not, obviously, I don't know. I do not.
same theory, just in a different way. But it's like
Right.
it makes me feel weird about rounding up now.
do you feel guilty saying no,
That-
though?
I think that's what Romero feels. Yeah, I think it's
I
more of a
learned.
guilt.
I learned to say no. At principio, I did. I really did. Every time we're like, "Do you want to round it up?" Always feel bad saying no. But yeah, después after watching the videos and all that, and at the same time, I do my own donations. So that's kind of what helps me
Okay,
not feel so like shitty, right?
that makes sense.
So based off of that, like por eso, like I'm like, no, I could say no, pero yo lo hago por mi propia parte.
Dude, I remember one
That's
time I went to the store and I think it was just like $1 donation. And like the first time I went, I'm like, yeah, like I'll make it, whatever. Y el mismo día, like fui like maybe like a few hours later to the same store. It was like a different cashier. They asked me again, and I was like, oh, I'm like, nah, like, and they're like, damn, really? And I was like, I donated earlier, and she was just like, oh, like, sure you did, and this and that. I was like, man, you know what? Like, fuck you. Dude, like,
You don't know my life.
Right.
seriously.
Then there's those things where, like, I remember I would donate, and they were like, "Oh, well, write your name. We're gonna put it up in the
Oh,
wall,
put it
right?"
in, yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shit, okay, hell yeah, dude. Put yourself $5 more, no? You know, but fuck, what-
My car's gonna decline anyways, no? So,
just put it down, no?
I
think that was
froze it already.
I think there was a time where it was like every dollar you would get like a little sheet to write your name, and then
Yeah.
that's why I said
Mhm.
put $5 more. But yeah, I remember there was a thing where it's like you would write your name or write whatever you wanted, and then you would post it up, or they would post it up for you. I thought that was pretty cool, but again, I guess it was reverse psychology in a sense. It was like,
Yeah.
well, it kind of triggers you to donate and be like, oh, well, I want my name up there, or lo que
Mhm.
sea, my message. But yeah, I heard, yeah, they had already donated, so they're just trying to get their $10,000 back, dude. plus the write-off the El Tank,
Plus
dude,
the
because
write-off.
they
Plus the
already wrote off that fucking 10K plus
Yeah.
getting it back. Come on now. Yeah, like a lot of the times, even with the casinos, right? The casinos they have a lot of billboards here because I have a casino nearby, and they'll be like, "Oh, win this BMW 2025." I was like, "Oh shit!" They write that shit off.
La
Dude.
iglesia ahorita
Oh,
tiene
la
unos
iglesia.
boletos de $10, muchachos, por un carrito nuevo. Yo no necesito, sigo estando nada.
I'll write it off, no? Like,
Oh, well, even that, though, like, so let's say, you know, God
The
willing,
church plate. God
I,
willing.
I win that
All
car,
of a
dude,
sudden.
I gotta,
muy religioso,
like,
¿no?
you're responsible to pay the taxes on that.
Yeah.
You gotta pay
Mm,
taxes
yeah.
on that, dude.
Mhm.
Recently, dude, el esposo de mi cuñada, he
Hey.
won 16,500 at the casino. Literally, like, oh, Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day, though. So
Ah, ya hace
2
poquito.
Sundays ago. Yeah, 2 Sundays ago. And dude, he won 16,000, I think. And they were telling me that he got it all. Like, he's like, no, like, because they give you the option
De
to
pagarlo en taxes, pay your taxes on the spot.
like pay the taxes on the spot or keep the whole
Mhm.
thing and you pay your taxes on your own. Nonetheless, dude, what would you guys do? Would you guys pay off the taxes now? Like, I'm gonna give
Yeah.
you the money with like tax free, or I'm gonna give you the full amount and keep it, and then you do you
No,
at the end.
knowing my dealings with the
Your
IRS,
habits.
dude, sí. my past history with the IRS, les pago primero. dude.
But, and I was going to ask, when it comes to that, do you have to pay the taxes donde ganaste y luego the taxes where you live?
Good question, dude.
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a really good question. I do know that nonetheless, like if you were at the casino and you do win a certain amount of money,
Mhm.
they have to take your information down because they have to report it to the IRS.
Mm,
So now I have a sheet or a paper that says Tank, blah blah blah, won 16,000 bucks,
yeah.
and he does not want to get it taxed. They send it out to the IRS, so the IRS nonetheless is going to know that you won that money.
Yeah.
So whether you pay it or not, they know, because
Yeah.
the casino has to obviously
I wouldn't
also
assume
watch
you
out
pay
for
the,
themselves.
like if the casino's giving the option to pay your taxes on the spot.
They would
I
pay that
wouldn't
to the IRS.
assume, right? I wouldn't assume that that's it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
If you live in Illinois, you don't have to pay taxes on the money that you won in California.
Maybe it's based off of the taxes where you live.
Yeah, I think the amount that they take out is based on where you live too. Like, yeah, it rolls up into at
One
least
of
I want
those,
to assume.
either here or where you live, whichever is the most, no?
No, I don't think that works that way, dude. I think if you won the money here, like you're gonna pay taxes based off of here.
Yo prefiero decir entonces que ganó Johnny Boy, le doy unos $2,000, dude, y I'd rather the money go to him than to the government. I mean, just saying, allegedly. Perdón.
Allegedly. So he did say this.
Siempre me meten problemas.
He did say this episode might be dangerous. Pero vamos, muchachos. Now we're 22 in. Yeah, Tank's over here researching.
Yeah.
Finally. I do have Triple H.
Oh, ¿sí te lo vas a echar?
Claro, dude. Échale.
Vámonos, pues.
¿Qué pensabas? I am drinking Modelo, as I told you guys in the beginning. So I did a little research on Modelo. Cerveza Modelo was first brewed in 1925. This was the year Grupo Modelo, the company behind the Modelo brand, was founded in Mexico. Since then, Modelo has grown to become one of the most recognized beer brands globally, right? They did sell, though. So it's not as they can own anymore. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name because you guys know I'm really, really bad at those German accents. But it was sold back in 2013. I do know, I think there's like some sort of percentage that I think creo que US, I forgot the Crown Imports. I think that's the name of the brand that imports it from Mexico to here.
Yeah,
They have a certain Crown Imports, right? They have, I think, a certain percentage también some sort of stocks de Modelo. Pero nonetheless, yeah, it was sold in 2013, but originally first brewed in 1925. Long time ago.
Do you know where in Mexico?
You're asking too much questions, dude. That is enough. Let's keep it moving, dude.
That was a historical happy hour.
Yeah, that's it. Tan tan. Let's keep it moving.
Is it Nava, Mexico?
Ensenada?
Nava, Nava, Nava.
Nava, Mexico? Oh, okay.
¿Y dónde está eso, Miguel?
It's on the can.
Oh, let me see. Let me fit. It's not in the bottle, is it? Crown Import, Chicago, Illinois.
That's why I said Crown Imports. Yep. Y arribita dice brewed
Nava,
in
Mexico.
can
You're right.
by Nava, Mexico.
Brew, well, in this case,
Cervecería
brewed in
Modelo.
bottle Cervecería Modelo Baja, Mexico.
Nava, Mexico. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we know where that is at in Mexico?
No, but I could definitely figure it out for you right now.
It's como el Vaticano, dude. Like it's its own city, dude. Its own little area, no?
Coahuila.
Coahuila, México.
Nava, Coahuila.
Muy bien, dude.
Yes, sir. Pero bueno, that's it for this episode. Episode 126. God damn. You guys better call somebody to rate, review, and subscribe. It's gonna be fun at todostomanpodcast.com. Okay, dude. Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Todos Toman Pod.
¿Por qué te sorprende, dude? Siempre son the two banners that go at the end, dude.
No te preocupes. No me sorprende, dude.
Lo que no te debería de sorprender, dude, es que este próximo domingo.
Oh. Gana el América la 15, dude. That's very true.
Sí, dude.
Next week, muchachos, we do have Barra Libre. Do not forget to tune in. Make sure to have some questions for.
Recuérdame, ¿es el miércoles o el jueves? Barra libre miércoles, ¿ah?
Miércoles.
The 29th?
29. Yes or no?
Sí.
Okay.
Everybody clap your hands if you're in agreement. Digo, ya están durmiendo, ¿no? Ya.
Thank you, yeah. Everybody know, ya está. Vamos, pues thank you so much for joining. This was todostomanpodcast.com. Cheers. Peace and love.
Salud.
Oh, today's me and my girl's anniversary, dude. That's crazy.
Oh. Espérate.
Shout out to my girl, dude. I forgot.
All late about
I didn't forget. I did. Hold on. No, I didn't forget.
You just saved it to the end.
I forgot to mention it in the podcast. That's what I forgot. Because I didn't forget. I brought her some roses. Like, I told her happy anniversary. Like, I did not forget. I'm just saying I forgot to mention
¿Cuántos
it.
años, dude?
Just to throw it out there, I did not put that music. Romero has access to that Triste Historia song. 11 years, dude. 11 years. Speaking of 11 or anniversary, last year we were in Chicago, dude, with the Jessies.
That's right.
Last year we were over there, and we did record a live episode with you guys.
Live and
Alive,
live, not alive.
Yeah. No, alive, not live.
That was the one?
Sí.
Sí.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, last year we were, all four of us were together. Yeah.
Va, pues salud en su favor. Ya nos
Thanks.
vamos con eso.
Ay,
No tengo, pero pues no.
juguito de naranja, dude.
Hoy.
Oye, pues dile al medio compadre, ¿no? Que se moche con sus ganancias. Que nos invite a algo.
I'll let him know, dude.
Es más, si gana el América, pues hay que celebrar en grande, ¿no?
Yeah, dude.
Es más, deja busco boletos, para ir.
Pues,
para
speaking of
ver
América,
juntos, ¿no?
van a venir aquí al Campeones de Campeones en LA. Por
Va a venir a Argentina aquí, pero pues
no mames.
Va a venir el Real Madrid aquí a Chicago, dude.
también contra AC Milán. ¿Tú ya tienes tus boletos, Miguel?
He would.
Gracias por la invitación, buena pedo.
Damn.
Y también va a venir a América.
Si te fijas, if you go back to the best friends chat, I said it.
I'm not part of the best friends chat.
Nadie me peló, so I was like, fuck you guys.
Ya me voy.
I was like, fuck you
Vámonos,
guys.
ya.
I'll just buy it.
Córtale. Córtale. Too many secrets here, dude. I was not aware of this.
I like how he's still recording, dude.
Yeah, cut it out, dude.
Ya. No puedo, I can take more sadness. Dude.
Next